Josephine, am I seeing things?
Nope. It really happened, Mrs. King.
Comet removed that stain better with one try than my cleanser did with 2 tries.
That's how good it is. New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser.
Now, I want to do that test myself on this other food stain. Here's my cleanser's first try.
Now, wet it and wait.
Stained a little bit. I'll give it a second try.
Okay, but give Comet just 1 try. Wet 'em, wait again.
How do you like that? My cleanser still left some stain after 2 tries.
Plus, Comet clean with only 1.
And how?
Comet's the stain-removing cleanser. The only one with super chlorinol. Disinfects better, too.
Well, after seeing that test again,
And seeing Comet win.
I can't see using anything else.
New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser.
You got reasons aplenty for going. This I know, for the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. And I sit here alone in the morning, without you, without you. Each song in my breast dies morning, without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You know that was the last thing on my mind.
Hey, Peggy, your father's here.
What?
Said to get to him at midnight. It's only 11. I guess he decided to break us up even earlier.
Well, that couldn't be it. Let's go talk to him.
Hey, you have a great show. Cedars Hospital is very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Say you should be proud of yourself. Listen, it isn't very often that an orderly or a candy striper gets a chance to take over where the doctor should be.
I'm glad you like it.
Nice going.
What can I say, kid? You're just as good as I remember you from the school show. You were terrific, both of you.
Thanks. How did you get in here without a ticket?
Oh, I told the man at the door that my daughter and her escort were putting on a show here, and I just had to see it. Listen, I had a wonderful idea after you left the house. Something I think you both like.
What's that?
Well, I think I was a little harsh on you. I mean, ordering you back home by the stroke of midnight. So I hereby cancel that order. Now, what do you think of that?
Thanks.
That's great.
Because I have some great plans for you kids tonight.
Plans? What plans?
Well, I have a reservation for midnight for a table for 10 in my restaurant. Now, Peggy, I want you and Johnny to round up some of your friends here and bring them all down to my restaurant at midnight for a snack. And when I say a snack, I mean the best dinner my chef can cook.
That's a wonderful idea. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Well, I had to do something to celebrate this great show tonight. Now, you see, your dad's not such a bad guy after all, is he?
Whoever said you were. Oh, won't that be fun, Johnny?
Okay, now, I have to get down to the restaurant and make sure that everything is shipshape. I'll come back and pick you up at 12 sharp.
Oh, you don't have to do that. I have my car.
Yes, I know. I've seen what you call your car, Johnny. Now, that old jalopy has one foot in the grave and another on a banana peel. Why don't you leave that old crate here and then come and pick it up later? Tonight, you're both going to travel in style in my car.
But how will I take Peggy home?
Well, you won't. Why should you have to take her home? It'll be late, and I'd be very happy to drive you back here and pick up your car, and then I'll take her home.
I see.
It's a perfect solution.
How smart a shopper are you? Can you beat these housewives at guessing the price of this elegant Swedish design glass?
Maybe $1.50? I would say at least $1.50.
At $2.50.
It may look that expensive, but it isn't, because this glass now comes in new Does detergent as a bonus.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, you're kidding. You're really serious?
Discover new Does, now with brightening boosters to get clothes brighter and brighter wash after wash. And collect your set of Swedish design crystal. Looks too expensive to come in a detergent, but it does in Does.
They're very pretty. I think they're very interesting looking. They're very modern without being too modern. I don't know how to... I'm probably not putting it right, but they're lovely and they're gracious.
Elegant smoked crystal. Looks too expensive to come in a detergent, but it does in Does.
Came here just to hear us sing tonight?
Yes, I honestly do.
He liked our act very much when he saw us at the school show.
Yeah, maybe.
And look at the sweet thing he's throwing a party for us after this party. Isn't that better than just going home early?
Look, Peggy, all I know is you and I had a date together tonight, didn't we? But now we both have a date with your father instead.
Johnny, now you're really being unfair to Dad. The party at his restaurant will be lots of fun. So will you please relax and let's enjoy everything?
Look, it's a crazy little discotheque, but it's a great place, Leslie. Why don't you let me take you there?
I like it here.
Oh, listen, we'll hop in that nice convertible here. We'll be there in 10 minutes. I promise you we'll have a ball.
I said I like it here.
Oh, this is a silly party. Now, don't tell me you're really enjoying it.
I was enjoying it until you so rudely and crudely removed my escort from it. I don't think that was very nice of you to send Dr. Bauer back to the hospital like that, do you?
You're blaming me for sending Dr. Bauer back to the hospital when you know that every doctor here is on call in an emergency. You know that.
But was the hospital left unattended? I mean, wasn't there a doctor on duty?
A mere intern, and your father was very specific about the patient being checked out by a resident.
And that resident had to be Dr. Bauer.
For me? I'm senior resident. Now, surely I should get some reward for seniority.
Do you really feel rewarded?
Leslie, just the pleasure of your company is more reward than anybody could ask for.
You know, I'm beginning to see that you and I have something in common. You're almost as persistent as I am. That means I should look out for you.
Oh, no, not you, Leslie. But Dr. Bauer better beware.
Robert wasn't always a tiger. I remember when he used to give me the cold shoulder because he hated my old-looking housework hands. Hi, did you fly in here? Yes. Oh, I'm in no mood for company. Would you please fly away?
But I'm Mary Mild. Today's Ivory Liquid will help your hands look young again.
Help these hands? Ivory Liquid will. This doesn't. Today's Ivory Liquid has a young hands formula. Proper hand care and Ivory Liquid detergent will make your hands look young again. That's hard to believe. Look, creamy white, pure and mild. Sure makes lots of suds. Longer lasting suds. Well, young-looking hands, here I come. Robert, stop. People are watching.
Ivory Liquid helps your hands look young again. Young again.
All right, if you don't like the discotheque idea, we'll go for a midnight swim under the stars. A friend of mine has a very private pool.
Again, no thank you, Dr. Warner.
Isn't there anything I can do to undermine your loyalty to Dr. Bauer?
I'm afraid not.
No, I see my time's up. Here it comes. How's the patient, Dr. Bauer?
I'm sure you know how the patient is. You check by phone with intern Jacobs before you send me.
Yes, I sent you to check on intern Jacobs. Did he give me the correct picture on the patient's condition?
A completely accurate picture. Dr. Jacobs is very reliable.
Yeah, but Dr. Jacobs is a mere intern, and you're a brilliant first-year resident. I needed your assurance that his description was all right.
You have my assurance. Now, can I have Miss Jackson again?
I'm sorry to say, Dr. Bauer, you never really lost her. She remained disgustingly loyal to you during your absence.
Good night.
Was that really all just a dirty trick, Ed?
Technically, no, because the patient is in critical condition. But actually, yes, because the intern on duty can be trusted. Dr. Werner was just trying to needle me or steal you away from me. Did he succeed?
Does it look as if he did? Dr. Bauer, may I be very forward and ask you for a dance? I have something to tell you.
Well, having a release from Miss Jackson is nothing I'd like to do better.
Well, I'll release Ed on one condition, that you'll release Johnny Fletcher to dance with me. Fair exchange. Dr. Bauer, I've already asked Leslie, and she's willing if you are.
Willing to what?
My father's giving a dinner party for Johnny and me at his restaurant tonight, and he said I could ask some friends. So I want to know if you'd like to come.
Sounds very technical. I'm afraid I already asked Dr. Fraser and his wife to have a snack with us after.
Why don't I invite the Frasers too? Okay.
Okay.
You know, Peggy won't see it, Miss Jackson, but her father's out to bust us up any way he can.
Oh, now Peggy told me herself that he is being difficult. But at least he let you bring her to the dance.
Only because he had to. This first little trick didn't work.
What trick?
Oh, he bought theater tickets for the same night as this dance, and then he pretended to be all upset when Peggy said she wouldn't go with him.
Oh, couldn't he have changed the tickets for some other night?
Well, he claimed he couldn't, but I called the boss and he could have.
Did you tell Peggy about that?
No, she's crazy about him. I didn't feel I should. Might hurt her too much. But he's just out to get between us any way he can. He even came to this dance tonight, you see him?
Oh, now he just came to watch you and your form, didn't he?
Well, that's what he said. He always has reasons. The main reason is he just wants to sit on top of my head all the time. Look at this big party he's throwing tonight. Peggy thinks he's just being nice.
What do you think he's being?
Oh, I know what he's doing. He's decided he can't keep us from seeing each other. So if you can't lick him, join him and sit in the middle.
Oh, are you sure that's what he has in his mind?
Sure, I'm sure. He even arranged it so that I couldn't take her home tonight. He's taking her home. I don't know. And Peggy can't even see it. Don't understand it.
Johnny, it's all set. Dr. Bauer and Miss Jackson and Dr. and Mrs. Fraser are all coming to Dad's dinner party tonight. Isn't that groovy?
Oh, yeah. Real groovy.
Has been presented by today's Ivory Liquid with its Young Hands formula that helps hands look young again. Presented by Duncan Hines Cake Mixes. Duncan Hines, always an adventure in good eating.
Grace, this cake's great. What's your recipe? Oh, it's too good to give away. Fine friend you are. Come on. No, it's a secret. Your cake recipe is my meal. I'm stuck with leftovers tonight. Well, okay. My recipe is Duncan Hines. The mix? You're kidding. It's so moist. Moist as homemade. That's Duncan Hines. Look, crumbs show how moist. Pick them up on your fork. Hey, they cling together. No dry cake does that. It is moist as homemade. That's why my recipe is Duncan Hines. Here.
Get moist as homemade Duncan Hines Cake Mix. And now, another adventure in good eating from Duncan Hines.
Try Duncan Hines Wild Blueberry Muffin Mix with loads of flavorly blueberries. Enough for 16 berries for each delicious muffin. Duncan Hines Wild Blueberry Muffin Mix.
Is the party going?
Johnny!
Oh, you don't look any the worse for a little wear.
Oh, how did it go, Johnny?
Oh, went all right. You and Uncle George didn't wait up for me, did you?
No.
No. Amy woke up for a... She decided to wake up for a night feed.
Yeah, we decided to stay up for a little while to hear about the staff dance.
Well, I would have been back earlier, except that Mr. Scott gave a midnight dinner for everybody afterwards at his restaurant.
Huh.
Well, that was very nice of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it was.
Well, Johnny, did you and Peggy sing for the multitudes?
Yeah, we sang a few songs.
Did you bring the house down like you did the school show?
Well, I think the house is still standing, but I think they like us a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. I wish I could hear you again myself.
What's the matter, Johnny? Is somebody home from a rousing good evening? You seem a little sad.
No, I just have something on my mind, that's all.
Something quite troublesome from the looks of it. You want to tell us about it?
I'm afraid it'll sound kind of stupid.
Ah, Johnny, nonsense. Look. This is your home for the summer. And we're your aunt and your uncle. We're family. Oh, come on now. What's bugging you?
Well, I have a feeling that Mr. Scott's going to do all he can to break Peggy and me up.
Why should he want to do that?
Oh, I don't know, except he doesn't like me for beans, that's all.
Oh, Johnny, that doesn't make any sense. A boy like you, he should be glad you're Peggy's friend.
Yeah, well, you like me, Aunt Jane, but that doesn't mean Mr. Scott should have to like me.
Wait a minute, Johnny. Look. Could it be possible that you're just imagining all this? Look, maybe it's the lawyer in me, but what have you got for proof?
Well, even Peggy realizes that he doesn't like me. He must have told her. And the only trouble is that she loves him so much she can't see what he's doing.
Like what?
Oh, like tonight. He just gave that party so he could keep an eye on us and to keep me from taking her home.
Well, isn't that a pretty roundabout way of doing what you suggest?
Don't you see? If he does it roundabout like that, Peggy thinks he's just being nice. He's pulled some pretty roundabout tricks before this. I'll tell you about them sometime. Right now, I think I better get off to bed, otherwise I'll never make it to the hospital in the morning.
Sure, you run along. Johnny, don't worry about Mr. Scott too much. Peggy likes you a lot, and that's the main thing.
She likes her father a lot, too. Well. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, John.
George, do you think he could be right about this?
It rings a bell.
What do you mean?
When he started talking about Ben Scott doing things in a roundabout way, I suddenly woke up. You and I know, better than anybody should, what a devious character Ben Scott is. So yes, I'm afraid it's entirely possible that he is right.
There is nothing more comfortable than wearing nothing at all. But because you wear clothes, the next best thing to wearing nothing is wearing clothes softened with Downy. Downy fabric softener with the softening power to soften even scratchy burlap. Downy will make all the clothes your family wears so soft, so comfortable, so easy to live in, they'll feel almost like no clothes at all. Downy. It whitens better, too.
bashful nights have to come to an end.
Yeah, I know. You know, I honestly think the party after the dance was more fun than the dance. That was so sweet of you to think of that late dinner party, Dad.
Well, you have a pretty sweet dad, didn't you know that?
I certainly do. Everybody had such a good time.
With Lobster Newberg, who could be miserable?
I could, eating it this hour.
Oh, Mom. Dr. Bauer ate it, and he should know best. Aren't they awfully nice?
Well, since when did you start calling them Ed and Leslie? You don't know them that well, do you?
Since tonight, they asked me to. And I want to know them that well. I like them so much, don't you?
Yes, particularly Dr. Bauer. It was nice having some of that famous Bauer charm around again, wasn't it, Maggie? I bet you enjoyed it.
Yes, I like him very much.
Well, he takes after his old man. You like the father a lot, too. Your mother still misses her old boss, you know.
Peggy, are Dr. Bauer and Miss Jackson engaged by any chance? They seem so attentive.
No, not officially. Leslie's very fond of him, though. Hope they do get married. They'd make such a nice couple.
Well, you sound a little doubtful.
Well, from what she said, I gather there are some doubts. Ed likes her a lot, but for some reason he isn't ready to get married.
Well, a young doctor still in training doesn't make much money, you know.
No, I don't think it's that. From what Leslie said, I think Ed has some funny ideas about marriage. Doesn't seem to believe in it.
Well, now, I'm amazed to hear that, aren't you, Maggie? I mean, coming from a family like the Bauers, where marriage is so sacred.
Yes, it is amazing.
It is, isn't it? Here, the boy's father is a great family man, a shining example of the happy homemaker, and the son doesn't want a happy home. It's the old story, isn't it? The minister's son never chooses the ministry.
Peggy, it's high time and past time for you to go to bed. Now, enough is enough.
Okay, Mom. I shall be your obedient daughter. Good night, Mom.
Good night.
Good night, Dad.
Good night, sweetheart.
Dad?
Yes, honey.
You got to know Johnny a little better tonight, didn't you?
I suppose so. The more you see a fellow, the more you know him.
And you think he's nice, don't you?
To hear you talk, a nice boy wears his character in his buttonhole.
I think Johnny does.
Well, I'm taking a good look at that buttonhole. After all, I threw you and Johnny a very special party tonight, didn't I?
You certainly did. Hey, let's get together with Johnny again real soon, okay?
Aren't you forgetting something, honey?
What?
This family is going to get together for a vacation, remember?
A vacation? What are you talking about?
I haven't told you yet, but I plan to take us all on a great vacation. And I mean great, really great.
Miss Jordan, you have everything for the baby, even Ivory soap. I use Ivory myself to rest my skin from makeup so it can stay young. Won't any soap do? Other soaps have ingredients that can stay on your face, like deodorants, heavy perfumes. Ivory's pure. Lets your skin rest from makeup and stay young. No wonder more doctors recommend Ivory. For babies and us.
Pure Ivory helps skin that wears makeup stay young.
It's wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean. The Bomb! The Dirt Bomb! Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big, dirty washes, the Bomb! The Dirt Bomb!
Suddenly you just pull a vacation out of a hat, huh?
Ever heard of the Canadian Rockies band? Lake Louise. That's quite a hatful.
Yes, it is. Peggy, bedtime.
Oh, okay. Good night, both of you.
Good night. Oh, when you go to bed, you try to dream of one of the most beautiful vacation spots in the world, and then I'll make that dream come true.
Night.
You had no right to plan these things for the whole family without consulting me. Now, this is no time for a vacation.
I say it's a perfect time. I work pretty hard at that restaurant. I need a vacation.
Oh, nonsense. You just dreamed this whole thing up to try to get Peggy away from Johnny. As far as I'm concerned, it is out.
Families go on vacations, and we're pretending to be a family, or aren't we?
Shh. Be quiet. You wanted to hear you. Look, I just started my job with George Hayes. I can't possibly ask for a vacation at this point.
Well, if you lived up to your bargain with me, you'd quit that job anyway.
Look, my bargain with you was to marry you and try to make Peggy happy. I like my job with George Hayes, and I'm not going to quit.
I'll bet you like it. You like working with married men, don't you?
I won't even dignify that with an answer.
Don't you talk to me about dignity. Remember, I know your record.
When I agreed to marry you, you promised that you would try and behave like a halfway decent husband. But you have done nothing but badger me ever since I am good and sick of it. Now, I won't stand for you dictating my life, and I won't have any more of your snide remarks.
That's what you won't have. But what do you think you will have?
You just go on like this, and I'll leave you. It's as simple as that.
It's not quite as simple as that. I still have you on a good, strong leash. Didn't you know that?
What are you talking about?
The evidence, remember?
Well, you destroyed that evidence. I saw you.
I didn't destroy the photostatic copy.
Did you
really think that I would throw away the one thing that brought us back together? I knew that the day would come when you try to walk out on me. But you see, you can't, because I still have you hogtied. Our wedded bliss will continue.
I didn't think even you would stoop to anything that low.
What I did for Peggy, and what I'm doing now, I'm still doing for Peggy, and don't you ever forget that.
The Guiding Light has been presented by Salvo Power Tablets. Ready, aim, Salvo, the detergent tablets for big, tough, dirty washes. Presented by today's Ivory Liquid with its Young Hands formula that helps hands look young again.
Band! Hands! And band! Hands on deck!
Why didn't you just stick out your hands?
These old-looking hands embarrass me. Darn housework hands look so old.
Why, I'm Mary Miles, here to introduce today's Ivory Liquid. Head's hands look young again. How do you like you had it made? Like me, to do your dishes.
Better than mine?
Only Ivory Liquid detergent has this special formula.
Young Hands formula. Creamy white.
Ivory Mild. Takes longer lasting suds, too. Proper hand care and Ivory Liquid will make your hands look young again. Come on! We're playing charades!
Your hands.
Now my hands look young again.
Well, come on.
Ivory Liquid helps your hands look young again. Young again.
Hey, what are you doing at the nurse's station? Did you get a promotion?
Oh, I sometimes sit here just to increase my sense of importance.
I see. Does it work?
You mean, do I feel more important? No, not yet. But I've only been here a couple of minutes.
Second floor west. Miss Jackson's substituting for Miss Hammer. No, she won't be back for a few minutes. She went to an emergency in OR2. Could I take a message? to discontinue the Nembutal on the patient in 215, Mr. Humes. All right, doctor, I'll give her that message. There. Now I feel more... I've done something. What can I do for you, Dr. Bauer?
Oh, maybe you could find me the chart for Mrs. Mac 238. It doesn't seem to be here.
Well, perhaps that's because it's right here. Some untidy person forgot to put it away.
Oh, that couldn't be you, could it?
Now, look, Doctor, I'm just beginning to feel important. Don't undermine me. Oh, have you seen Peggy or Johnny?
No, I haven't. Why?
Oh, nothing. I was just a little worried about them. I wanted to find out how things turned out after the dance last night.
How things turned out? We were all together at the dinner of Mr. Scott's. You know how things turned out?
I mean, after the dinner. Johnny's afraid that Mr. Scott's trying to break them up. That's just a shame. They're two darlings, and I just hate to see anything happen to them.
Oh, no, you stop playing mother hen. Peggy and Johnny aren't your babies, and stop trying to put them under your wing.
Perhaps that's my trouble. Do you think? Maybe I want to be somebody's wife and somebody's mother. Do you suppose?
Yes, I suppose. You're not very subtle, are you, Leslie?
I can't afford to be with you.
I'm sure.
Well, I certainly had a good time at the dance last night. Did you? Don't listen so intently to my conversation. It unnerves me.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
I was just trying to find out if the lone wolf enjoyed running with the pack last night. Did you enjoy mixing with people a little? I mean, just a little?
Oh, a little. I find people want me up, don't you?
No, but you do. You know, even lone wolves have wives.
Really? Well, good for wolves.
Say, will you look who's here? Grandpa.
Well, Edward, my boy. How are you? So good to see you. And so good to see you, too. Miss Jackson is the name, yeah?
Yes, I'm flattered you remember. How are you, Mr. Bauer?
Well, how could I forget such a charming young lady like you? I'm very pleased to see you again, and I'm very pleased to see you both together like this.
Imagine taking skin-scratching burlap off a tree bottom and making it soft enough for a pajama bottom. Impossible? Not with the softening power of Downy fabric softener. We washed the burlap, rinsed it in Downy, and it became soft enough for his tender skin. Now, if Downy softens burlap, imagine the comfort it'll bring to real clothes, because absolutely nothing makes clothes softer and whiter than Downy.
It's wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean. The Bomb! The Dirt Bomb! Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big dirty washes, the Bomb! The Dirt Bomb!
I'm really surprised to see you, Grandpa. I thought you were in New York. I thought you were going to live there.
So, you see how wrong you were. I am not in New York, and I'm not going to live there.
Oh, what changed your mind?
Oh, many things. Say, is there a place where we could talk for a few minutes?
Well, sure, we can go right down there.
Good. And don't you think that I'm leaving the hospital without seeing more of you, young lady? Later on, we'll have a very nice talk, yeah?
I'd like that very much.
Good. So, tell me, how are Uncle Bruce and Aunt Maida?
Oh, very happy in their new life, very happy. And they sent you their best.
Oh, good. So you couldn't take New York, huh? Found out this was your real home after all.
Well, I never really doubted it, but being away for some time proved it to me that my roots are here.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Say, I'll bet Mom is glad to see you back, huh?
Oh, I haven't seen my mother yet.
You've not seen Mom?
No.
Well, aren't you staying at home?
Nine, I rented a room in the Fletcher neighborhood on Vesey Street.
What? But I know Mom was dying to have you stay with them.
Well, maybe someday, but not right now.
Because of my father? Well, it'd do him good to have you living there.
Well, sometimes I thought it myself, but now I don't think so longer.
Oh, what changed your mind?
Well, talking with your father, I could tell this.
You mean he told you so?
Well, look, this is his home. He has a right to his privacy.
To his liquor, you mean? Because he's afraid if you were staying there, you'd reproach him.
Nine, because your father reproaches himself much too much already, and that's why he is drinking.
He's drinking because he's a lush, Grandpa.
Nine. A lush, as you call it, couldn't stay away from drinking as long as your father did. If he started to drink now again, it's only because there is pain in his mind. And how is your father?
He's worse. It's only a matter of time now before he loses his job. The company's on to him.
Is it that bad?
I had to lug him home from a bar the other evening.
Oh, Helena.
I don't know where this is all going to end. Oh, what am I saying? I know exactly where it's going to end, and so do you. And I say, God help Mom.
And I still say you should help your father.
Oh, Grandpa, I've tried helping him. It's just a waste of time.
Nine. To help a father who was good to you all your life is a waste of time. Your father is a sick man. You are his son. You are a doctor. And you must help him.
Grandpa, I'm glad you reminded me of Doctor. Because if you please excuse me, I have to go see some really sick people who really need my help.
For me, Josephine?
Yep, I give all of my new customers the newest and best cleanser.
New extra strength Comet.
Gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser, even yours.
Oh, mine's pretty good.
Comet's so good, it can remove stains better with one try than yours does with 2 tries.
You mean it?
I'll prove it. Here's your cleanser's first try on this food stain. Wet it and wait.
It needs a second chance.
Okay, but Comet only needs 1. Wet 'em, wait again.
Mine still left some stain after 2 tries.
But Comet did the job in just 1 try. Comet's the stain-removing cleanser. The only one with superchlorinol. Disinfects better, too.
Well, Josephine, you gave me my first Comet, but it won't be my last.
Comet's habit forming. New extra strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser.
I saw Ed walk out on you, and I could tell he was angry. Were you talking to him about his father?
Yes. This boy doesn't listen to anyone. Only to his own anger.
Well, I think his father hurt him pretty badly.
His father loves him deeply. Knowingly, he wouldn't hurt a hair on Edward's head. You must believe this.
No, I know that. I mean, I'm sure he didn't do it consciously, but... Well, you see, I know about Mrs. Scott, too, and I think that was a terrible blow to Ed.
Yeah, a terrible blow, but can't a son not forgive his father one single mistake?
Ed used to worship his father before all this happened, didn't he?
Yeah, they are very close together.
Well, I think maybe he worshipped him a little too much. And then when he found out about Mrs. Scott, he was very hurt and very angry. I just can't believe that he's basically cruel or cynical. I just couldn't bear to believe that.
You love him, don't you?
Yes, I love him.
Call me Papa Bauer, yeah?
All right. If you'll promise to call me Leslie.
My son is luckier than he knows, Leslie.
Thank you. I keep trying to convince him how lucky he is, but he just doesn't take me seriously.
Oh, you find him difficult too, do you?
Very difficult. Sometimes I get pretty discouraged.
Well, what is the difficulty between the two of you?
He doesn't believe in marriage. Sometimes I wonder why I keep hanging around.
Oh, you just keep on hanging around for a little while, yeah? You promise me to do that? Because, you know, you are the best thing that could happen to my grandson. And if you're not a brain enough to see it, I'll tell him this myself someday.
Thank you. But I'm afraid that's something that he'll just have to see for himself.
He's just, I'm sure I can see that myself. But please, don't walk away from that boy. Be patient a little longer. You promise me that? For my sake?
Not for my own sake.
Of course, for your sake, too. But most of all for his sake. He needs your help.
My help. All he wants out of life is to be a great surgeon. Afraid I just can't help him there.
To be a surgeon, he doesn't need your help. But to meet a man, a human being, that is so important. And for that, he needs your help very badly.
The Guiding Light has been presented by new Extra Strength Comet, the stain-removing cleanser, now also in the plastic decorator size and the plastic bathroom bundle. Presented by Duncan Hines Cake Mixes. Duncan Hines, always an adventure in good eating.
Here's your cake, Mrs. Johnson. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. Marie sure makes great cake, doesn't she?
Delicious.
Hi, girls. Thanks for holding the fort.
Marie, we've got to have your recipe.
What recipe? Your cake recipe. Well, my recipe is Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines? A mix? I can't believe it. Tastes so moist.
Sure, Duncan Hines is moist as homemade. Look, those crumbs show how moist. Pick them up with your fork.
Hey, they cling together.
No dry cake does that.
It is moist as homemade.
That's why my recipe's Duncan Hines.
Get moist as homemade Duncan Hines Cake Mix. And now, another adventure in good eating from Duncan Hines. Look, inside Duncan Hines Brownie Mix, this exclusive new chocolate flavor packet. For brownies that taste extra chocolatey, extra fudgy, get Duncan Hines Brownie Mix.
Did you speak to your mother and father yet?
No, I didn't.
Aren't you going to?
Yeah, I suppose so.
The longer you wait, Peggy, the harder it's going to be. You know that.
I just don't know how to go about it. I tried to ask Mom the other night, and I just couldn't. I mean, how do I ask them a thing like that?
Well, I don't think it's going to be easy. I think you just have to come right out and ask them, one or the other of them. You're still pretty upset about it, aren't you?
Wouldn't you be?
Well, of course. Sure I would be. But the point is, you've got to do something about it for your own peace of mind. You can't go on wondering, imagining, and not knowing the score.
What if it turns out to be as bad as it seemed to be?
Well, it probably isn't. So give them a chance to tell you that it isn't.
But what if it is?
Well, I think just then you'll have to face it. But I really don't think you'll feel much worse than you do now. There's something about knowing the truth, no matter how bad it is, that pays off. Look, before Robin told me why she was mad at me, I was very upset, wasn't I? Then she told me the truth. It was a bad truth. I didn't like it, but it kept me from imagining things. You know, if you do that, you won't have to worry anymore.
Yes, you're right. In fact, I'm sure you're right.
So, ask one or the other of them, whichever seems easier.
You mind if I join you two?
Oh, hi, Dad.
Hi, Johnny. How are you, Peggy?
Hello, Dr. Fletcher. I'm fine, thanks.
All's well in the world of the candy striper?
Oh, boy. You just reminded me. I'm supposed to be reading to old Mrs. Heatherton right now. Will you excuse
Oh,
me?
sure, but can't you wait a little bit? Sure I'm not driving you away?
Of course not. I just got talking to John and I forgot my duty.
Oh, shame on you, disrupting the machinery of the hospital.
Well, I was with you again today. I have to leave the hospital early.
Okay. Well, don't forget to do what I told you, all right?
No, I won't. Thanks for the talk.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Right. Bye, Dr. Fletcher.
Goodbye. Well, you've certainly picked yourself one very nice young lady there.
Yeah. I think she's the only girl in the world I'll ever care anything about.
This is a lovely anniversary bracelet. Madam, you'll have to remove the glove.
Must I?
What's the matter?
These hands embarrass me. They've gotten so old looking. Darn hands. Housework's made them old looking.
Hi. Who are you? I'm Mary Miles. Here to introduce today's Ivory Liquid. Helps hands look young again. Kind of like you had a maid. Like me to do your dishes.
Better than mine.
Only Ivory Liquid detergent has this special formula.
Young hands formula. Creamy white.
It's Ivory Mild and makes longer lasting suds too. Proper hand care and Ivory Liquid will make your hands look young again.
Jim, I love the bracelet.
I can leave the gloves on?
Now my hands look young again.
Don't want to cover these.
Ivory Liquid helps your hands look young again. Young again.
That's, pretty strong statement for a young man of 18, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Is it?
Well, maybe no. How are things going for you here at the hospital, Johnny?
Oh, they keep me pretty busy.
Enjoying the work?
Yeah? Yeah, I like it.
Of course, the job of orderly isn't exactly the best job at the hospital, but if you are really interested in what goes on around here, it's a start.
Yeah, I know.
Are you still interested?
In becoming a doctor, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think I am.
Good. You know, it's a long road. A lot of study, a lot of work.
I know that.
Doesn't faze you?
Nope.
Good. You know what I'd like to see at the end of the road? I'd like to see you come into the clinic with me as a partner. Would you like that?
Well, how do I know? It is a long time away, Dad.
Yeah, I know. I guess I just sort of want to get started looking forward to it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Bear in mind.
Yeah, I will.
How are things with your Uncle George, your Aunt Jane?
They're both fine. So's Amy.
You like living there?
Yeah, I like it a lot. They're both very nice to me.
Well, please remember where your real home is, though, will you? It's been a mighty empty house since you left.
I'm sorry.
I miss you. We both miss you a lot.
Dad, don't try to tell me Robin misses me.
Well, I think she really does. At least she's beginning to. Look, Johnny, I wouldn't kid you. You know that.
No, I know you wouldn't, but can I say something?
Sure. What?
I think maybe you're kidding yourself a little bit. Robin's attitude toward me isn't going to change overnight.
No, you're right. It isn't. Not overnight. But, you know, when you go through a terrible experience, like Robin did, you know, losing the baby, her illness, something like that just shakes up the mind. It hurts it. Sometimes makes it work wrong for a while.
I know.
But what Robin said to you was absolutely wrong. But you've got to make allowances for her because she wasn't herself. Look, the real Robin loved you a lot. When she's herself again, she'll love you again.
Yeah, well, I think it's better if I stay where I am. It's better for Robin, too. Did you just say that she's starting to improve a little?
Yes, I did, but she doesn't have to have you out of the house to improve. Please don't think that.
I'm afraid I do, Dad.
No. Now, look, even if it were to, it's not right for you to be deprived of your home.
Look, Dad...
Wait a minute. I want to say something. It's not right for us, you and me, to be deprived of each other like this. We're father and son, aren't we? We're supposed to be a family. I don't like having to come here to see you. You know, catch you on a fly like this for a visit. Johnny, I want to have something more than just visiting privileges with you. When are you coming home?
Well, I'm going to stay with my Aunt Jane and Uncle George at least till the end of the summer.
At least? Well, you certainly don't expect to stay there after the summer is over, do you?
Well, I really don't know, Dad. I haven't made any plans yet. Well, look, I better get going. My lunch hour is almost over. They'll give us an hour. And if I don't get back, I'll be docked some of my pay. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Go on, run along.
I'll see you again, Dad.
Yeah, I'll see you.
It's wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean.
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big dirty washes...
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Imagine taking skin-scratching burlap off a tree bottom and making it soft enough for a pajama bottom. Impossible? Not with the softening power of Downy fabric softener. We washed the burlap, rinsed it in Downy, and it became soft enough for his tender skin. Now, if Downy softens burlap, imagine the comfort it'll bring to real clothes, because absolutely nothing makes clothes softer and whiter than Downy.
Come in.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Am I interrupting something important?
Honey, when you're the interruption, that's more important than anything else. Come in. You're away from the hospital a bit early today, aren't you?
I thought I'd come and visit you. Let you take me home.
Great idea. I wish you'd do that more often. Well, you see Johnny Fletcher today?
See him every day at the hospital.
I bet that's why he took the job there, isn't it? See you every day.
A little for that reason. But he has another. He's interested in medicine. I do wish you'd try to understand that, Dad.
I can understand that, honey. But I also understand the world. And that's something I think you have to learn a little bit more about.
Dad.
All right, let's forget that subject. Because I also understand something else, and that something else is very pleasant. These receipts here add up to a lot of money.
What about it?
What about it? Well, that lot of money is going to buy us a lot of vacation. Remember what I told your mother the other night? Canadian Rockies, Banff, Lake Louise.
I don't think Mom wants to take that vacation, Dad.
Well, maybe she thinks she doesn't. Don't you worry about it, sweetheart. We'll talk her into it.
The way you tried to talk her into it the other night?
What was that?
I didn't mean to. But the other night after I went to my room, I heard how you and Mom were arguing.
What did you hear?
I didn't hear everything, but I've got to know what you and Mom meant.
All right. Well, what did you hear?
I heard you say something about evidence. You hadn't destroyed it. You had a photostatic copy. Then you said you still had Mom hogtied. What was all that about, Dad? I've got to know. Just got to know.
The Guiding Light has been presented by Downy, the fabric softener with the power to soften even rough, scratchy burlap.